If this is your first time joining us, you probably don't know I am crazy about tropical plants and having a tropical garden, a tropical backyard, a tropical patio. Check out one of my walk through my garden episodes in my library. I would recommend Hawaiian barbecue. That would be a great one to really get an idea of what my vision is for my backyard. Something that I badly want, and I'm here in the Northwest, the Pacific Northwest, Zone 8B, is I would love to have a bird of paradise on my patio. Ideally, all over, many of them throughout my yard, but I just you can't grow them here. They're a potted plant, a great potted patio plant, and I have seen them in the garden centers and different stores over the last couple of years, and I'm always, well, do I want to risk it for $40, $60, $70 for this gorgeous plant in a pot that maybe I won't winter over? Well, you know what? You just got to keep looking. Today, I acquired two. They're not in the best of condition, but for $5, it's worth the effort. And hey, if my gardening skills are anything, I should be able to get these guys going. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to pot them up and explain how I found them. Well, maybe you won't need to know how I acquired them. Let's just go with a thought that I found them for sale somewhere, and I acquired them that way. Yeah, that sounds like a great thing. Let's just stick with that. So today we're going to get one of them potted up so you can see what I'm going to do with it. And really, don't be afraid. If you're out there, you find a plant, you're given maybe it's bare root, maybe it's something that's been ripped out of the ground, maybe you ripped it out of the ground, who knows? And it's got some roots going on. Don't be afraid to give it a shot. Find yourself a bucket, a pail, a pot, put some soil in it, and do a little research. The internet's amazing that way. Check out from some different sources, but check out your local extension in your area for some great tips and tricks on the specific plant that you're trying to grow. This is a bird of paradise, and it was in a greenhouse. It was root bound, potted up or unpotted. It was split. I got two of them. It's a little worse for wear. It's green. It's been sitting like this for I have no idea how long, maybe a week. So the first thing I did today is I filled up a bucket with room temperature water, and I let it soak for about an hour just so it could rehydrate. I felt like maybe it needed that. And while, seeing as we have the roots out, we're going to look for anything that's nasty looking, rotten. We're going to cut that out. What a great opportunity to clean it up. Anything that's nice and firm and happy and healthy, we're going to leave. We're going to check it for damage. So this had a little bit in there. And then while it's out of the pot, let's cut back some of the dead. You maybe can't see this. I'm just cutting the dead stuff off. We want it to live its best life. We'll do some now, and then we'll do some a little bit later. Hey, and while you're researching whatever plant it is you're looking to repot or put back into soil, whatever the case may be, check and see what the guideline is for repotting that. Most plants, you're going to want to make sure that soil line's about the same level as it was in the original pot, and that's what's going to do the best if you go up too high, then you're going to create an area that will grow disease, could rot, could die. But in other cases, like a fuchsia, for example, tomato, you bury that, and all that's going to develop root. So this is our bad boy. We're going to put it in this pot here. So right now I'm just kind of eyeing how much soil I need to put in there. I am just using an all-purpose potting mix. So we can get some soil in it. And my wife is gone, so what we've done is, well, it's chilly out, so we've repurposed the dining room table today as I throw dirt everywhere. I don't think she watched my videos, so it may be a while before she realizes what I did, and if I clean it up, well, then she'll just never know. And we'll just have to see. Check out my soil scoop. It's a garden scoop, or not a garden, a gutter scoop. She found it on clearance and she thought it'd be a great gift. You know, I have to say, I think she is right there. It is a great gift. Let me get some more soil in here. Bird of paradise, you know, they go through a, well, not dormant, but you know, their growing season is spring to fall. That's when they do their best. That's when it's the warmest. That's when they get the most light in their natural environment. We're going to try to replicate that. So we're not going to be too nutsy about it this winter. It is winter currently. We're not going to be too crazy about it. We're just going to keep it moist, not soggy, not soggy. Actually, we'll let the top couple inches dry out a little bit. That's what I've read. My research says is the best thing to do. Then get these roots in here. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. And my goal here is to get it to start thriving. Now, it's not going to be too excited about growing this winter, but I am putting it in a spare room that we can keep right around 70 degrees. Ideally, these bad boys prefer to be in that 65 to 80 degree range, and they love sun. They love sun, they love warmth. I do have it in a room that faces the west, so it should get a fair amount of afternoon sun, but we are getting into the winter, so our daytime will not be, you know, as long as it would have been in the summer. These guys naturally grow in areas like Hawaii and tropical spots. Many of those areas get an even amount of sun. You know, around the year. They're sunrise, sunset. You know, they're so close to the equator that it stays pretty much the same. Heh, see me? All right, then. Oh, look at that. That's starting to look good. I'm just firming the soil down. This is dry. The soil's dry. I'll need to water this good. But because I'm keeping it in the house and I have wood floors, even though I've got a drip tray, I'm going to be cautious about the amount of water. And for the first few days, weeks, I'm going to choose to water more frequently with not as much water. And then once I know it's doing really well, then I'll start cutting back the watering for a deep watering as needed. And as needed, we want this to just about dry out in between waterings. Now is a great time to take a look and see where we're at as far as what's damaged, what's not damaged. Oh, look at me, I'm down here. Oh my gosh. All right, so we're gonna stick in a plant stake. Just so we can bring that bad boy up. Now this one here, we're gonna cut off because it's already dead. This one, we're gonna do the same. Cut it to about here. See what happens. Here we've got some dead. Another broken one. Now here's my thing, is I'm not sure, it appears, you can't really see that, but it appears here, this new leaf is coming out of the old leaf, or where the old stem came out of. So I'm not cutting these all the way back, I'm feeling for it where it gets thick. Now that one's all bent down there too, so we're just gonna cut that back. This does not feel good at all. We're going to cut it right to the stump. And you know what? There's another one here. We're going to cut that out because it's broken. These were not transported very well. And then we've got one here. And we will leave that. We will leave that one. But, oh no! I just bent the new leaf. Oh my gosh! All right. Bring this one over. All right, well, boy, now I feel like a tool. That one's bent. It not living. It not living. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we got one leaf. We'll call that a single cell solar cell. That's its solar collector. So there you are. We have one set up. I've got one more to go and I will get that cleaned up. But hey, if you'd like to keep, this is an experiment for me. So while this is being posted on YouTube, the main video, I am going to give periodic updates on my Instagram and TikTok social media accounts, and details for how to find me there are in the details for this video. So I hope you, well, I don't know how enjoyable this was, but just don't be afraid to try some new things. Get out of your comfort zone. You know, or wait until the spouse is gone and then get into the warmth of the house and do it. But this is a tropical plant. We're gonna keep an eye on it. I have no idea where it was, the condition that it grew in. So we're gonna keep a close eye on it, and I will keep updates. And I can't wait to see what it looks like next spring. So there will be another video next spring, assuming they both lived, or at least one of them lived, so you can see how they're progressing. But there will be short updates on my socials. So, happy gardening, and don't forget, hit that like, hit that subscribe, tell your friends, go check out my other videos, especially if you haven't been here yet. So, love to hear from you. Bye now. Okay, now I just need to get my artificial light installed, just to give it a little extra help.